The world we live in is a crazy place. We have millions of creatures and billions of epic places. Perhaps there is something magical about each place that we hardly ever talk about. Today, we are on a mission to uncover top 10 strangest formations in the world. Places and things that you probably have never heard of. It's going to be an exciting video. Just keep watching and let's dive in. Number 10. Queen's Head. Queen's Head, a breathtaking 26-foot-tall mushroom rock in northern Taiwan, is just a beautiful structure that has gotten massive attention already. It captivates around 2.5 million visitors each year. Situated within the scenic 24-acre Yeliu Geopark, this natural marvel is celebrated for its uncanny resemblance to a woman's head and profile. Remarkably, this sandstone formation is around 4,000 years old. However, its beauty comes at a cost. The bulbous head is gradually becoming too heavy for its slender neck. Geologists have observed that the neck is eroding at a rate of about 1.5 centimeters each year. To safeguard this iconic landmark from further erosion and potential collapse, efforts are underway to reinforce and protect it, ensuring that future generations can continue to admire this stunning natural wonder. Number 9. Rock Sites of Cappadocia. These striking rock formations, reaching up to 130 feet high, were born from the solidification of volcanic ash millions of years ago. Over time, the incredible waves of wind and water erosion have chiseled them into the distinctive shapes we see today. Historically, this place has been pretty foundational. In the 4th century, when the Roman Empire's reach was everywhere, the people here in Cappadocia sought refuge in these rocks. Ingeniously, they began carving out cave dwellings, churches, monasteries, and even entire underground cities. These subterranean networks, some extending as deep as 8 stories, became safe havens for monks and Christians fleeing persecution. The most famous of these underground cities, such as Derinkuyu and Kemakli, are marvels of ancient engineering, complete with ventilation shafts, wells, and storage rooms. By the way, Cappadocia could accommodate thousands of people. The interiors of these dwellings are adorned with frescoes and carvings, many of which depict early Christian iconography. And so, it's a pretty spiritual place for real strangers. Number 8. The Door to Hell, Turkmenistan. This constantly burning 220-foot wide and 99-foot deep crater sits in a natural gas field. Its origins date back to the 1970s. One theory suggests that a Soviet oil rig accidentally drilled into a cavernous pocket of natural gas, causing the ground to collapse and the rig to fall into the crater. To prevent the spread of dangerous methane gas, geologists decided to ignite it. However, the flames have been raging ever since, fueled by the rich reserves of natural gas below, and man, the fire is everywhere inside of it. Over the decades, the Darvaza Crater has become a magnet for adventurers and curious travelers drawn to its otherworldly glow. The intense heat and constant flames give the site an appearance straight out of a sci-fi movie. Number 7. Underwater crop circles of Japan. This is a pretty weird one. So, back in 1995, divers off the coast of Japan went digging deep in the waters and found a stunning phenomenon on the seafloor. It was beautiful, strange circular patterns. These formations got the attention of scientists and divers. For over a decade, the origin of these intricate designs remained a mystery. The enigma was finally solved when researchers identified the creator of these remarkable patterns, a newly discovered species of pufferfish. It turns out that these small but determined fish were crafting the ornate circles to attract mates. What really makes these pufferfish interesting is the unique complexity of their circles. Their design is weird and outrageous. They have radially aligned ridges and valleys decorated with shell fragments. Number 6. Catatumbo Lightning, the everlasting storm. This is the world's largest single generator of tropospheric ozone. Often called the everlasting storm, this phenomenon is found only in Venezuela. This frightening lightning strikes 140 nights a year, with bolts originating from storm clouds over 5 kilometers high. It's crazy. These electrifying displays can last for 10 hours a day, with a frequency of 280 strikes per hour. You can see the show from up to 400 miles away. So, what makes this storm so special? Theories have evolved over time. In 1999, Melchor Centeno suggested that closed wind circulation in the region caused the thunderstorms. Then, in the 1960s, Venezuelan scientist Andrew Zyrotsky discovered 3 lightning epicenters and proposed that warm and cold air currents meeting in the area were responsible. Fast forward nearly 30 years, and Nelson Falcon from the University of Carabobo created the first microphysics model of Catatumbo Lightning. They concluded that the lightning wasn't due to wind or atmospheric conditions, but rather influenced by oil deposits and methane gas. You probably know that Venezuela has one of the richest oil fields, and so we get these lightning raining all the time and produces one of the most spectacular natural phenomenon on Earth. Number 5. The Black Sea Undersea River. Alright, this one needs a little history. So back in 2010, scientists from the University of Leeds made a fascinating discovery deep within the Black Sea. So after a thorough geological survey of the area, they confirmed that this river wasn't your typical freshwater flow. It was entirely saline and snaked along the seabed before reaching the Bosphorus Strait. This find was a big deal for the academic world. It not only validated the existence of similar undersea channels globally, but also highlighted another marvel of nature. Among these marvels is the Amazon River's own undersea counterpart, though the Black Sea's river, while smaller, stood out as the first of its kind ever documented. Since its discovery, researchers have pieced together some impressive stats about this undersea river. It stretches about 60 kilometers long, nearly a kilometer wide, and plunges to depths of 115 feet. Racing along at 4 miles per hour, it carries a whopping 22,000 cubic meters of water per second, 10 times the flow of the mighty Rhine River. If it were on the surface, experts estimate it would rank as the world's 6th largest river. In short, this hidden gem beneath the waves has not only deepened our understanding of marine geography, but also emphasized the remarkable forces shaping our planet's underwater landscapes. Number 4. Blood Rain. Alright, just wait a minute. I mean, blood rain sounds very bizarre, right? And probably more hellish. Actually, it happened and is still a strange phenomenon. Back in 1896, Kerala, India witnessed the crazy thing where crimson-colored precipitation fell from the sky. At that time, everyone was shocked. And so far, this eerie event has recurred over the years, with notable incidents in 2001 and 2012, when rain painted the landscape in hues of red, pink, green, yellow, and black. Initially thought to be linked to meteor bursts or desert dust from nearby regions like the Arabian Desert, these theories were eventually debunked. Despite pretty extensive research, there was nothing tangible and no traces of desert dust were found in water samples collected during the red rain episodes. So, what's the deal with the crimson showers? Well, some researchers now speculate that heavy pre-rainfall might have kick-started an algae growth spurt. These tiny organisms could have hitched a ride into the atmosphere where they mingled with rain clouds and tinted the falling water. But still, today, the mystery remains. Scientists speculate that heavy rains preceding these events might have fostered algae growth. Honestly, given its rarity, unveiling the secrets of blood rain may take decades of scientific inquiry to fully comprehend this strange formation in the world. But still, it's not as weird and magical as the next top 3, so brace yourself. Number 3. Waitomo Gloworm Caves in New Zealand. This is probably the most captivating scene you will ever see, and we are going to talk about some quick reasons to explain this amazing view. Firstly, bioluminescence itself is a rare and remarkable trait found in various organisms, including some fungi, fish, and of course, glowworms. These tiny larvae of fungus gnats emit light through a chemical reaction involving luciferin and enzymes, which is quite unusual in the animal kingdom. Second, the setting adds to the surrealism. Caves are typically dark, isolated environments shielded from sunlight and the outside world. In these conditions, the glowworm's bioluminescence creates an eerie starry effect that stands in stark contrast to the usual darkness of such places. Geologically, the formation of limestone caves like those in Waitomo over millions of years adds another layer of intrigue. These caves are shaped by the slow dissolution of limestone by acidic groundwater, resulting in the intricate stalactites, stalagmites, and flowstone formations seen today. Number 2. The Eye of the Sahara, Mauritania. This one is a fascinating geological marvel in Mauritania's Sahara Desert, also known as the Richat structure or the Eye of Africa. And it's probably due to a massive 40-kilometer wide circular dome of rock shaped over millions of years of erosion. Alright, this is a wild design, and it has a mixture of ancient sedimentary rock ranging from Proterozoic to Ordovician periods. Inside, you'll find a variety of rocks including volcanic types like rhyolite and gabbro, forming concentric rings around the center. Geologists have debated how it came to being informed. Was it from a meteor impact or deep volcanic activity? Well, actually, the recent studies have shed some light that they are backed by magnetic and gravity data. Archaeologists have found Stone Age tools around its outer edge, and it clearly shows ancient human activity dating back over 1 million years. These tools, part of the Acheulean culture, points to something crazy and historical, into early human life in Africa during varying climate cycles. Despite its hype, the Eye of the Sahara remains a puzzle, and that is a good thing about every natural formation in the world. Alright, now is the time we take you to the creepiest and the strangest and probably the most frightening of all formations here in this video. Number 1. And this is the fairy circles of Namibia. Namibia is already one of the quietest and most natural places in the world. Its population is staggeringly low compared to its vast size. So, in a moment, Namibia is just magical. But then there is this remarkable sight of fairy circles. These are circular patches of bare ground neatly spaced apart and surrounded by a ring of vibrant grass. From these drone shots, you can see the massive formations that vary in size from 6.5 to 50 feet in diameter and stretch across vast distances. So, how did this end up here? Well, the fairy circles have sparked so many debates among scientists, from termites shaping the landscape to vegetation patterns adapting to scarce water resources. And still, recent studies propose a blend of biological and physical factors. And this is probably the most striking thing about nature, is that despite the complexity of all its interactions and the many processes that act simultaneously, sometimes you find these amazing regularities. And you wonder if God has made these things to make us even more curious and to keep us hooked at admiring nature. Alright guys, that wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed this incredible list of strange destinations, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified about our uploads. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.